Good morning and happy Tuesday. It is the first running day of week 8. Today, of course, is speed since it's Tuesday, and it was a tempo run. Okay, don't move. 1 mile warm up, 4 miles at a tempo pace, and 1 mile cool down. I don't know why I psyched myself out. I don't know. Anybody else psyched themselves out? I looked at the paces and I was like, okay, it's not too bad. It's only like 30 to 45 seconds faster than what my race pace will be. So I don't know why I was freaking out. I did it. I went a little faster than I should have just because my body kind of dialed in on this one pace. And if I tried to slow down, I would slow down too much. And then I would try to speed in. So I was like, it's a little bit faster than I'm supposed to do, but I'm dialed in and I'm staying at this pace, and it didn't feel difficult. Like, it felt okay. But for some reason, my brain was trying to talk me out of it. So I had to keep telling my brain, like, you're fine. Your legs are fine. Yes, you're breathing a little heavy, but you're running a little bit faster than normal. And so it was a big mental thing today. Not so much physical. It was mental of me trying to just, tell myself I could do this. Neighbor heard me talking. So, sorry. I was a little embarrassed. The neighbor guy that I don't know heard me talking about my mental strength, or lack of mental strength. Anyway, and it feels cooler today. I just checked the temperature. It said it's 78, humidity is 84, dew point's like 70 something, 73. So it's really no different than normal. I don't know, there's a breeze, maybe that's why, but it felt cool, almost like fake fall, and it was kind of exciting. So that's fun, that's exciting. It's not gonna last, but I'm gonna enjoy it today while I can. All right, well, I did a 30-minute bike ride yesterday. I skipped my strength again. I'm getting really bad at skipping strength. I need to do better, and I need to start eating better, because I've kind of just fallen into eating crap and drinking 2 cans of pop, and I usually only allow myself 1 can of pop, so I need to do better. Anybody else really struggle with that? I struggle with that, especially as I get into the longer miles, and then I'm not so much hungry the day of my long run, but the next day, I want to eat everything, and I don't care what it is. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna eat that bowl of cereal, and I'm gonna eat that candy bar, and I'm gonna eat that slice of pizza. I need to do better. I think that would help a lot. So I'm going to try. But I say that. And we're going camping next week. So then I'm just going to go back to eating junk food because, yeah, camping. All right. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Thursday. I am out for 5 miles. Well, 2 right now. Then I'll meet up with my run group and do 3 with them. I've had some knee pain. Feels okay now that I've warmed up. First few minutes it was a little painful, so I'm gonna have to do some stretching and icing, or I don't know, even resting. Whew. Just finished a mile. So I have a mile to go until I wait for everybody to show up. So hopefully that passes. I think I just tweaked it yesterday walking. How that happens, I don't know. Yay for being old, where you just bend over weird and suddenly everything hurts. Or everything hurts and I'm dying, if you watch Parks and Rec. Okay, well, that's it. See you in a little bit. Good morning. It's Friday. This is my last short run before my long run tomorrow. It's 5 easy miles, and it feels a little cooler today. It's kind of amazing. Of course, I'm in the shade right now. So we'll see how it goes when I'm doing a loop. So when I get to the other side of the loop and I don't have the trees anymore, we'll see how it feels. But so far it feels amazing. It's our fake fall. Love it. I did wake up with a headache. My period is supposed to start tomorrow. Sorry, there's like a jet flying over. Gotta love being in a Navy town. And I'm guessing this is just part of my lovely PMS symptoms. I usually get like horrible migraine that nothing touches it the first 24 hours. So I don't know if this headache is just leading to that, or I'm dehydrated. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, feeling good. All right, done with 5 miles. The last mile felt a little hard. I don't know, my quads were starting to get tired, and I was trying to slow down as my heart rate went up, but whatever. I just took a walk break, and then it was like, just take it nice and easy. I have 11 on the schedule tomorrow. Got to see some shenanigans from people driving. I run at the tail end of rush hour, and people get a little crazy. And people here just can't drive. So that's always, it's always fun to see what happens. All right. I was listening to Rise and Run podcast. It's a Run Disney centric podcast, but they talk about other races. And anyway, they were interviewing somebody who made a documentary about running his first marathon, and his first marathon happened to be at Disney World. And talking about how even if you've run like 10 marathons at Disney, that feeling never goes away of when you turn onto Main Street and you're running down and the crowd's cheering and the castle's still dressed up and it's Christmas lights and the Christmas tree's still out, and you used to make the right-hand turn into Tomorrowland. They changed it this year, so now we go left. So I don't know if it'll still be like that. They haven't released the course for 26. But so you used to but now you make a left. You go into Adventureland and you go around and you go through the castle. Like you run through the castle and then you go off to Tomorrowland and you eventually leave. And I was talking about like that feeling you get running on Main Street. I don't know how it is for people, but for me, it's a big deal. Like I had chills listening to him talking about running on Main Street, and I get chills when I turn onto Main Street. And then like that final push into Epcot. Like you used to go through World Showcase and it was great. People would stop and get drinks, like the frozen slushy wines in France and a margarita in Mexico or a beer in Canada or whatever. But now this year they had you go somewhere else. All right, sorry about the abrupt cutoff there. I noticed the gate to my backyard was open, and I thought, that's strange. We never leave it open. So I had to figure out what was going on. Turns out my husband just left it open. And of course my first thought was, oh my God, the dog's gonna get out. But we don't have a dog anymore. So that shows you how ingrained it is in me that gotta close the gate so we don't let the dog out. We don't have a dog anymore, so, oh well. I guess we could let a dog in, which I'd be okay with that. I do miss having a dog most days. Anyway, so Disney, what was I saying? Oh yeah, running down Main Street, and then you get into Epcot, and you used to go around World Showcase for the final, like in the last 2 miles or so, mile and a half, you go around World Showcase and you go through the other side of Epcot and then out to the parking lot. And they were talking about the other big thing is knowing like that you're gonna finish. Like you see the choir, there's a choir right before you leave the backstage area of Epcot, and then you kind of make a couple turns. You make a right turn and then through a gate, and then you go out to the parking lot, and then you make one final right turn. And so when you see that choir, I'm like, oh my gosh, the parking lot is just right over there. I'm almost there. Mile 26 is just around the corner. And then, you make that turn into the parking lot, and you can hear the finish line. You can see the finish line, and you're like, you're done. And you're just ecstatic and happy and sad and all that. This past year, I ran the half, and then I had friends who were running the marathon at Disney Marathon Weekend in January. So I decided to get up and go watch them and spectate. And I was at the finish line area trying to catch my friend. Totally missed her because it was really cold that morning, and she ended up taking off a layer, and I didn't realize she had taken off a layer, so I didn't even see her go by. But while I was standing there watching, you just see everybody turning that corner and they hear the finish line and their face and their demeanor just changes. Like some are standing there, like some managed to still get a margarita or something, like their friends would meet them along the course and give it to them after, since the course didn't go through World Showcase at the end of the race this year. I think it did go through the UK, so maybe you could get a beer at the UK, but otherwise you didn't go through World Showcase. You could see the people who just almost in tears or even some crying because either it's their first marathon or somewhere along the way, you know, mile 14, 15, 16, they're like, there's no way I can do this. And yet they kept moving just one foot in front of the other and they made it there. And just seriously, if you're ever feeling like you've had enough of people and society and just what's going on in the world, just go watch the end of a marathon or any race, but you know, marathon after so many hours. Like, I am not fast. I am not crushing a marathon in 3 hours. So I'm out there for a while and you lose all track of time and you see everybody coming through and they're just so happy and you can see every emotion. Just, it's amazing to watch. Like, I had no desire to run a marathon at that point, but I was like, oh man, I kind of wish I was out there right now. But seriously, like, find a local marathon and just go watch, especially the middle to the end of the pack. Like, yes, the fast runners are amazing, but go watch the people who've been out there for 6-7 hours. Like, it's a lot on the body and there's so many factors involved, and or watch the first timers as they see the finish line and know they're going to do it. It's good. It's definitely good. All right, well, I'm going to stretch and see you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday. I did not start my run this morning. I went to see Adam Sandler last night. He started his tour here. I live in Jacksonville. He started his tour here. And I thought I would be home a little bit earlier than I actually made it home, so I decided to sleep in. I actually was up at 7, but my body was like, no. So I'm now running on the treadmill at 3 in the afternoon. I was gonna wait till later, but it's been raining and it's just gross out. So treadmill it is, but it's fine because I have something I can watch on YouTube. I have the KU-MU football game for anybody in the Midwest. That's Kansas versus Missouri. Huge rivalry. I am a KU fan. Rock chalk, blue. No black and gold on me today. They the rivalry goes back to the Civil War. John Brown, look, if you don't know about it, look it up. Abolitionist, free state, slave state, lots of good stuff there. But even though I lived on the Missouri side, I am a KU fan, so go Hawks, rock chalk, and hopefully they beat the Tigers. Okay.